Hello, this is Hero again. What do we got today? We got the ISHIZUKURI, and I wanted to give you an update. So, anyway, I've been making a number of these. I think I'm up to about 150 now. And what I've been doing is I'm putting it away. So I want to have about 1,000 ready to go. And by having 1,000, that means that I've probably perfected the technique. And I want to share some of the stuff that I'm doing now with you. So let's get this show on the road. Okay, I was doing this little sketch here. So we have our base, pedestal or shaft, collar, light fixture or light housing. Sometimes they make this out of wood so they could actually put lights in it. The roof and the cap. So that's what I'm doing in making. Well, what I'm trying to do is to make the collar and the roof. So I have this type of slate that's fairly thin. And what I have here is a solid granite. Well, I found this when they were quarrying, and this is the remnants of a headstone. It cracked, so they were selling these really cheap. So I bought it probably 30, 40 years ago. But anyway, you need a solid base, and then you need a chisel and a hammer, right? And then you start breaking them up. Unfortunately, they fly all over. Plus, you don't have absolute control. But that's okay, because that's the kind of things that we want. We want sort of a natural shape. But I found that these with the sharp edge, like this, it doesn't work well. So just light tap and take it off. This might be too big, so I'm gonna, and then take the corners out. See? I think that'll make a nice roof. Now this one here is probably more like a collar. So just round off the corners. And then this one here, take these and just kind of okay. Now these little ones here should be kept too, because sometimes on a roof we'll put another one like this and then the cap. So that goes in there. Anyway, so I got all these, and then the next step is to take this and put it into a tumbler. What we do is we take these and load up the tumbler. I don't know how many of you made the same mistake. About 3 years ago, I thought it'd be really cool to give my grandkids one of those tumblers. Then we could take rocks and polish them, right? Well, big mistake. Well, it takes about a week of tumbling to get them so that they're all that shiny kind that you find in the gift stores, right? Well, little Mia would come up and say, "Is it ready yet? Is it ready yet?" It's not even the first day yet. So anyway, that was a big mistake. So it sat around for 2-3 years, and then I'm thinking, okay, now these are okay, but they do not look natural. You got sharp edges, right? Well, so I've been throwing those into the tumbler, and okay, these are called Arizona Sunrise. It's got nice, interesting lines and color. Well, these are sandstone, so I only tumble it for about 2 hours. So depends on the type of rock and what you're trying to finish. I have done, these are marble, And sometime I'll tumble it for 2 hours just to get rid of the rough edges. Other times I'll leave it overnight, so 8 to 10 hours, then it looks like it's been in the river forever. So that's what I've been doing, is I'm sort of manufacturing the natural looking rocks. Well, but if you think about it, you know, if you took these and threw it into the creek and come back 100 years from now, it'd be nice and smooth. Well, I've got this tumbler that was a mistake. It's turning out to be one of my most precious tools that I could use. Well, so anyway, what I do with these, and then I'll separate it and then into different sizes and different uses. So a lot of times this could be a collar for a large lantern, or it could be the roof. So I'll keep those in a similar container, but that's what I do, is I get the parts ready, and then when I'm ready to assemble, I have a bunch of them. So I'm gonna get back to work breaking these up, and then I'll start tumbling some more. I wonder how many of you guys have one of these stuck at home. I mean, I thought it was such a great idea. They don't tell you that it's going to take a week to polish up. So what I find is just buy the shiny rocks instead of trying to make it at home. But I know they sell a lot of these, and then they sit around because it just takes so long to polish. But I don't shiny rocks that I have purchased. The problem with these, they're too shiny. It kind of stands out too much. And also, when it's that shiny and slick, it really doesn't stick well. So that's some of the other problems that we have. But if you're trying to buy one of these to make this, then you're going to do the same thing as me. Oh, that just didn't work out. I thought it was such a cool idea. Okay, so you can see what I've done, right? I have tumbled it for an hour to 10 hours, depending on what kind of rock I'm working with and what kind of effect I wanted. I'm not sure if you could see, but this one here is untumbled, this one tumbled, so it has the look of being in the stream bed. And this one will be probably tumbled for about 2 hours to get to this look. These were tumbled a lot longer, so it's much more smoothed out. So it depends on what you're trying to accomplish, right? I think this one was like 4. Okay, I was telling you, save all those little pieces, because sometimes you need something like this to be on top of that. And you need a little cap that goes on it, right? Oops. Well, you got, see, without the little scrap pieces that got tumbled, you can't do this. So now, instead of just a simple flat, you start to have a little bit of interest in this for the roof. So it's quite important that you throw all these little scrap pieces that I was showing you, and then get it tumbled and then put it in another bucket. So here's a table full of stuff that I cannot touch. Well, the motor had to set. And so if I bump the table, then the tops will fall off. But you can see in those plastic trays over there, the containers, I separated. So some have like the body, and then some have the base, and then some has the collar / roof. And then I take all those little pieces and put it in a container, because you never know when you're going to need something for the cap. See, like this one here, the cap. All of them have a little cap, right, on top of the roof. So those little pieces are very important. I just throw them in the tumbler. Actually, it works better if you throw those little ones in with the big one. It helps to smooth out the edges faster. Remember, we started our ISHIZUKURI beginning of the year. It's only been 2 months now, I think. And I thought I'd give you an update of what's happening so far. So these are sort of semi-manufactured look. They are basically natural stones, but some have been sort of broken up and made to look like it's river washed. So is it natural, man-made? It's very natural with enhancement. Oh, that's a good word. Or the best one has been this one here. This one has all these great rocks. The only thing I did was to drill the hole and to simulate a tsukubai. But other than that, it's all natural. And the chance of finding this combination quickly to make 1,000 is nearly impossible. Therefore, I'm trying to look for other commercial methods. This is Hiro saying, hey, let's check on the progress of my ISHIZUKURI concept and art form. I made quite a few of these, and I thought I'd go ahead and share some of the progress with you. It's a little bit cold out there yet, but I think you will be time to start looking for these that are very natural. Well, my friends in Australia, you probably are in the middle of summer, so you could go out there doing it now. Well as South America too. Everybody on the southern hemisphere can do this. But those of us in the north here, we're still a little bit cold to be looking in the water. Okay, well, most of you will not try to commercialize this art form like I've been doing, but I think you could have fun. And then I'll keep you posted as I come up with a little more ideas. And I think this is going to work really well. So anyway, this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter.